What?
Gavel.
It's down at the other end, but that's okay, we don't need it.
You don't have to have one.
Hold on a minute.
Oh. I was gonna hand it to you, but I couldn't reach the glass.
It was on the other side.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order of the organizational meeting of the Board of Public Works. And I'd like to call us to order. This meeting normally would have been scheduled during the month of January, which it wasn't, but we're still going to hold an organizational today. You did just recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you wish to do that again, or do you wish to just move forward since you've already recited it? What's the wish here?
Move forward.
Just keep moving forward? Okay. So roll call. We have Commissioner Popa.
Here.
Commissioner Joyce.
Here.
Commissioner Calhoun.
Here.
Commissioner Makowski.
Here.
Commissioner Greenan.
Here.
So what we will do is start with our organizational matters, which is the election of our chairman first. So I would like to open it up for nominations for chairman. And do we have any nominations? Anyone?
I'll nominate Greg Makowski.
Okay, we have a nomination of Greg Makowski. Do we have any more nominations?
I nominate Jim Calhoun.
Okay, and so we have a nomination of Calhoun. And I'm sorry, Greg, what did you say?
Bob Joyce.
And you would like to nominate Bob Joyce. Okay, do we have any other nominations? Okay, well, there being none at this point, then I will close the nominations. And now we have traditionally done this, is we just take the votes on the order in which I received the names. And are there any objections to doing it that way? There being none. All right, so first for the nomination of Greg Makowski as chairman of the Board of Public Works, could we have all those in favor signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
So that was 2 ayes? Okay, so that's not enough. Okay, we will now move to the nomination of Calhoun, and all those in favor for Calhoun signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
2 for that, for Calhoun. And so, again, not enough. So we'll move to the nomination of Joyce as chairman. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is that 1? Okay. All right, so let's start over. I will reopen, unless someone would like to make a motion to reopen the nominations. Why don't we do it that way? Can we get a motion? To
I'll make a motion to reopen the nomination.
Okay, is there support for that?
I'll second.
Okay, second by, that was by Calhoun and Makowski, I think. Okay, all in favor of reopening the nominations signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, so, and anyone opposed? Okay. So we have 5-0. All right, so could we take a nomination for the office of chairman of the Board of Public Works?
I'll make a nomination.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Mr. Greenan, okay. Do we have any other nominations for chairman of the Board of Public Works? I'm at the right meeting, right? Board of Public Works, yes. No other nominations? Okay. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. All those in favor of Mr. Greenan as the chairman of the Board of Public Works indicate by saying aye.
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 Was that unanimous?
Yes.
And Mr. Greenan?
I didn't vote. He didn't vote.
You didn't vote, but we got 4 votes. Is there anyone opposed? There's no one opposed. So I would declare Mr. Greenan chairman of the Board of Public Works, and the meeting is all yours, sir.
Meeting's all yours.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you. Here, hand it back to gavel.
All right. Are you guys going to, just a second before I leave, you're going to do your vice chair, you're going to do your secretary, your meeting schedule,
Yep.
which you don't have much of this year left. Then you're going to go into your next session, but we're going to go through this exercise again in January, okay?
Right.
This is just to get us through this year.
Okay,
Nominations.
I will
We can make the
open
nomination once.
to accept the nomination for vice chair.
I would like to nominate Greg.
Okay, Greg, are there any other nominations for vice chair?
I'll nominate John Popa.
Okay, are there any other nominations?
I'll nominate myself.
Okay, we'll do this by voice vote. Those in favor of Greg for vice chair signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's one vote. Those in favor of John Popa, please signify by saying aye.
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 That's 2 votes. Was that 2 votes?
That was
good. And those in favor of, I'm sorry, Bob?
Bob, yeah.
Bob,
Mhm.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's 2 votes. So we will.
Do it again.
We didn't have a majority, so we will close that and we'll reopen nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate myself. Bob.
Okay, Bob nominates himself. Commissioner Popa?
I had a question I asked Michelle. We've done this before where we made that vice chair and secretary and whatever, all one person.
Well, we haven't done that in the last couple of years. It's been individuals. So I think we just keep it the way that we've done it.
Okay, we have 1 nomination for vice chair. You have
No, we have one.
we have 1. All in favor of Bob being vice chair, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bob, congratulations.
Thank you.
We now will open nominations for secretary.
I nominate Bob.
I nominate John.
Are there any other nominations? All in favor of Bob, signify by saying yea.
Aye.
Those in favor of John, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's 3. That is a majority. Congratulations, John. And we have our last position is for deputy secretary. Do we have any nominations for that?
I'll nominate Mr. Calhoun.
Commissioner Calhoun. Do we have any other nominations?
Gentlemen, this is the one where normally what we do is we end up putting someone from the clerk's office in here to do it.
Oh, okay.
So,
We just did the secretary, which was me.
yes.
And
So
we
the
have-
deputy secretary would be
Deputy
someone from
secretary is
your,
the person that
okay.
comes in to do the
Okay.
minutes. So normally what happens is someone nominates
I guess we'd
the county clerk's
nominate
office.
somebody
So,
from the,
yes.
Yeah, okay. From the clerk's office.
Or we say Michelle and/or,
Yes,
Yeah.
her representative.
Yep.
and/or what,
And/or deputy clerk.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any other nominations? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, meeting schedule. Remainder of 2020. Have we met our required number of meetings
No,
for
No.
2020?
No.
How many more meetings do we need?
it's too late. We're supposed to do them 4 times a year.
Well, due to the COVID, I think it screwed everybody up, so I think that's a non-issue this year.
Well, I'm curious, couldn't we still get in 3 meetings? I mean, as long as you have, why couldn't you get 3 more meetings then? As long as you have a quorum, correct?
What are you gonna discuss?
Well, we still have to discuss with Northport, and I did reach out to Joni, and I'm sure Allison did. You talked to Joni at one time as well, correct?
I did, I spoke to her yesterday. I asked her if she would have anything ready. She said she was not 100% sure, but she thought that she would have something ready. I told her to go ahead and email it to me today, and I would present it to you guys to have in front of you. I did not get any response from her today, and I did not hear back from Denise.
All right.
Okay, so
They may or may not be calling
I
in.
think we're wasting our
For the next
time
meeting.
having any more meetings. That's my opinion. The rule says you're supposed to have 4 regular scheduled meetings, and we used to have them at 11 in the morning on the same day as our road commission meeting. I think we should have it on our 11 in the morning on our first road commission meeting next year and go through the same process again. We have to give a report to the county commissioners. Usually in January or February, she asked for a dam report and a BPW. We didn't do that this year for a lot of reasons. We don't have the written copy. The Board of Commissioners asked for a written copy and a verbal report from them twice a year, and then to report to the board once a year. So I think if we can get their hard copies of their operating thing, get their hard copies here at the end of December of their budgets, and have them ready so we can look at them for our next meeting in January. And at that time, see if they can just be online to go over them. So we'd fulfill our duties for next year to have the hard copies. And with that, we'd be prepared 30 days later to give it to the board.
So let me ask if Northport was to reach out and say they had everything ready to go, by the end of this week, if we would want to meet with them next week, you're saying that you would put them off until after the first of the year?
Well, I was thinking,
I mean, because that way, if we were able to do that, then maybe we could send that report that they give us on to the commissioners before the new year, and it's just one less thing that we'd have to do right as the new year comes on. That's,
Garth is the chair. When I was the chair, I drove up there and got their little blue ribbon copies of their operation report, got 5 of them, and then gave it to the Board of Commissioners. And then I also got their hard copy of their budget, instead of having them do it. And then when the chair has that ready, if he wants to call a meeting this year, do it. And it should have that in our hands. I'd like to be looking at it as we go over it. So
this year-
the guards can go up there and see both of these and get them, and he wants to have a meeting this year, that's fine with me. If he wants to wait 4 weeks and do it next year, that's fine with me also. I don't have any problem having a meeting this year, but we gotta have all these reports.
yeah, it's
Not
not
just
setting a
talk.
meeting unless we have the reports.
And they can come here and talk, and that's what they've done before. This will hold 20 people, I think. So,
Well, the first road commission meeting in January is what, the 5th?
January 5th?
Is that the first Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't we schedule the meeting 11 o'clock if this room's available, and I will contact Northport and Leelanau, and it requests that they give us their presentation and written report prior to that time.
That sounds,
I'll take a nomination or
I'll make
motion
that
to do
motion.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion?
So what was the date again that you would ask them to have that by?
January 5th.
5th?
Prior to January 5th.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's all I have.
Any more discussion? Let's do a roll call vote on that, please.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Greenan,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yes.
Mikowski,
Yes?
Hopa,
Yes.
5-0 passes.
Is there any more discussion regarding schedule?
No.
Okay. Given that we're at the end of the organizational session, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Well, did we approve our minutes? Because we went right from the organizational meeting and kind of slid right into our regular meeting.
Well, we have to stop this meeting and start the next
And
one,
then start the next one.
because that's the way it's
Yeah,
posted.
we have to adjourn the
Oh,
Organizational.
organizational meeting.
I see.
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Meeting's adjourned. Okay, we have a regularly quarterly meeting.
Excuse me, Chairman, we're going to have to wait a minute because I have to stop all this.
Okay,